things.
Legendary Collingdale musician. Yeah. The most interesting musician I know.
An enigmatic musician.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
A storied.
Oh, yeah.
You've always been your own musician.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But fuck yeah, we got Andrew Mann.
Yeah, man.
From the Maryvales.
How's my hair look? Are we rolling?
Yeah, your hair looks great tonight, actually. Your hair looks good. I love the fucking... You still got the pork chops. So what are they called? I love them, man.
Muttons?
The muttons.
Yeah.
We love talking to our musicians, especially, and we love talking to real Collingdale guys.
A real Collingdale musician.
He's got papers. You can track it.
Yeah.
The Maryvales, and before that, Hot Lunch, which was a fucking dynamite fucking live show. I remember seeing you guys at the Rusty Nail. And the coolest thing was that no fucking tuner pedals, nothing like that. Drew was just tuning. The rest of the band's they're tuning off of each other, so they don't know if the low is exactly where it's supposed to. They tune off each other, and they do. And Drew, the minute he kind of tunes the last one, it hits a fucking power chord like that, and the whole band kind of kicks in on the power chord. It just was the coolest way to start a show. From a tuning, everyone's like, all right, they're tuning up, and then boom, you're into a chord. You remember this?
I've never seen a real like fucking rock band like that until I saw Hot Lunch.
Yeah.
I told get out often.
No, dude.
Oh, man.
I told you before, the first time I saw you guys, I want to say, shout out to the Cullen brothers. I want to say they were having a party at their house. Did they have a big enough basement to have your band set up in their basement?
No.
Okay, then my memory's fucked up. Everyone knows that. But the first time I saw you guys were tuning up or whatever, or like you took the stage, and maybe it was open mic at Cuddy's. But you took the stage, and I turn around and like I grab a beer or whatever, and I turn back around like a second later, and boom, you guys are all shirtless, and the fucking bassist had that full torso piece, and I went, oh shit, this is going to be some real shit. And then at that, boom, you guys just fucking popped into it, and it was fucking...
Yeah, Drew, you always had like a...
killer.
I remember he was like, yo, I got a tattoo. He never had any tattoos.
And that was the first one? Holy shit. Whoa.
It's like a giant...
Dude, neck to navel, shoulder to shoulder.
That's like joining
you got a tattoo.
That's like joining the NBA, like straight out of learning basketball.
Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's impressive, man. And you always had the work boots. The work boots look. You still rock them.
Still the same ones. I think.
Damn, Drew. Haven't changed. Yeah. Haven't changed. So yeah, Drew's from Collingdale, just like F Dog and I.
30 years ago, I still look the same.
Pretty much, actually.
Yeah.
I remember you got a little muscle there at some point.
I lost that.
You lost that. Yeah, you're just a regular guy like the rest of us.
Yeah, you didn't evolve. Yeah, me gaining 80 pounds. This is me evolving.
Yeah,
I've gained 80 and lost 60 4 or 5 different times in the last 20 years.
Okay.
But I always gain more than I lose. Yeah. So like it just swings to the wrong way.
Yeah.
You're slowly accumulating.
Exactly. Yeah. So like even like the 5th time I lose the weight, it's like, yo, dude, you're still 50 over the first time. So
yeah. I've been tracking weight for a while too. So like I can look at my graph. It looks like the fucking slopes, dude. 2 years ago, I lost like 36 pounds. And then like the next year I gained like 28. And then like
That's on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we can explore that one episode.
Absolutely.
We can go into the numbers.
I just got a cell phone, so I can do that.
Feels powerful, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It does. Oh, look at Drew's getting text already.
So we're the only 3 dudes in Collingdale to ever learn guitars, right? We're the only non-rap musicians to ever
we're the only non-cheese balls.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call me a non-cheese ball.
Yeah. Well, Hef's pretty gangster.
I'm wigged out, yeah.
So yeah, Hef, myself, you. I mean,
have such a high opinion of yourself.
In our grade, there was a bunch of guitar players, but they weren't Collingdale kids.
There was some. Yeah, there was some.
I remember
Matt McCann, Briarcliff.
Briarcliff, yeah. But
he still plays all the time.
Yeah, Muskrat Flats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had the. Well, no. Yeah, we had the more.
No, that's like
yeah.
a country group.
Huh?
Oh wait.
No, that's McCann and his brother.
Who was the country group?
Oh, Rascal Flats.
Rascal Flats.
Amazing voice on that dude, man.
Yes.
That dude's got a pure voice, man.
He's always up to something.
And kind of flat.
Yeah.
Not vocally. But,
do you still use that Strat?
Oh yeah, I do.
And you never got it like work done on it or anything. How do you get that sound in the way? I mean, it's 30 years old, and it's a Squire too, right?
95.
95.
Yeah, that's the only one I still play with live, actually.
Because I remember going over
weird security blanket or something. I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like hell. It's at home.
Does it feel a certain way on you or something? Is it like a part of your body almost when you're playing?
Yeah, it feels, it's like an old pair of shoes or an old pair of work boots. You know?
Yeah.
It's just comfortable. I don't know. I feel like secure with it. You know what I mean? It feels like comforting. Like I feel like I know it, like in and out, and it's like, it feels right.
Have you ever tried a new one or
anything to minimize any of the? Oh God, when you're playing,
the fear?
I get
the anxiety.
If I can stay on track, I'm like, it's great. But like if I get like bumped, I can go like way off the rails sometimes. Like in my head, like, you know what I mean? I freak out and like I can't get back sometimes.
So any type of comfort,
So is this like if
I can't use pedal boards? Like people have like 100 pedals.
Yeah, you're the rawest fucking musician I've ever seen.
An anxiety attack, dude. I'm like, oh my God, which one? I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So I keep it real simple because I can't like handle it.
Yeah.
So what?
I might be slightly autistic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
you're like half.
Time, everyone.
You're like half. Yeah.
Half's
like 75%.
I was going to say 30, but I'm half cool. Thanks.
Yeah, 50%.
It's comforting to know.
At least. So what's your we have some musicians who listen. What's your guitar rig like? You said simplicity. What are we looking at?
It's extreme.
Just plug it into whatever the back line is that night. Do we?
No. I use a Fender Trim Reverb. That's like my favorite amp.
Classic.
Yeah, and then I used to crank it to like 8. Which is if you know Fender Twins, that's like
back.
So
3 is pretty loud at
took
a
mercy
bar.
on the crowd a bit. It's ridiculous to get it to that crunchy.
Are you getting crunch from the Twin, or do you have a pedal?
I used to. Now I use an OCD overdrive, so I don't have to crank it.
Yeah, to get fucking real dirt
ridiculous.
from a Twin.
That's what I was wondering too. Like if you don't have the board, how do you get that crunch? Because especially from a Strat.
An overdrive, and then I just have a Boss TS1 distortion, which I've always used, and that's it. That's all I use.
No tuner. Just having the basis.
I do use a tuner now.
Pussy.
Forced me. They really like
your current band now, the Maryvales.
Yeah. So this is a recent, maybe within the past year.
When did you join? Yeah, when did you start up with them?
I want to say 2019. I think maybe. I was the last to join the band. Brian Uff says hi. He says,
"Hey, yes, absolutely."
He's like,
"What's up, Uff?"
Barkley.
Yeah, that motherfucker owes me money.
Yeah. He said, "Tell him I want my 20 back."
Exactly. The 20 bag's gone, but I can give him a couple
I met
bucks.
him at a party.
20 back.
Oh fuck.
The Uff, I met him at a party like a year ago or so.
Brian, great guy.
Yeah.
It's weird. So he went to Bonner. We all went to Bonner.
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember him.
I don't from Bonner.
He was a couple years under us, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 or something.
I knew him as a musician. Yeah.
I don't remember him.
That's because you were like booked, just stuck to the books. You were about your studies.
Right.
And, that's what it was to you in high school. I remember that about you.
Nose to the grindstone.
Yes. Get those grades, then the fun can come later.
Right.
And it sure did. Mm-hmm. I remember I used to go over his bedroom in like 8th grade when I was first learning guitar, and he would like teach me like Green Day songs, and you always had like a,
That's how I learned to play the guitar was Green Day.
Green Day, yeah, those punk chords, because it was easy to learn those.
I can't remember. There was I play the guitar guy who was a little bit older, a couple years older. I don't know where he was from or wherever.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the vicinity of the Collingdale area.
The 3-town tri-state.
Yeah.
Tri-town.
And I really liked Green Day, whatever, you can make fun of me. I was like obsessed with them. And the guy's like, because he played guitar. He probably listened to Rush or something like that because he plays guitar and he's like,
technical,
smarter than everybody else. Like, I'm so more advanced than you or whatever. Nothing wrong with it, but he's like, Green Day. He's like, that's all. All that is just 3 chords, and he's just playing power chords. Anybody can do that. Dude, so to me,
well, then do it.
That's what I was like. Oh shit, I'm anybody. I can do that then. So that's got me started playing guitar because I was like, oh shit, anybody can do it.
Yeah, man.
That was like a revelation for whatever.
When did you start playing? Because I didn't know that you were playing until you had already become good. So I was like, oh yeah, he plays.
Well, my electric is in 95. So I would say probably 94.
Which would have been like our 6th, 7th grade or something?
Yeah, probably so we graduated 8th grade, 96?
96, yeah. So yeah, 8th grade.
Yeah, I remember my mom, I begged my mom. She's like, no, you're not getting a guitar. And my uncle happened to have an acoustic guitar in his basement that he was going to learn to play. And he never did. And he was like, oh, well, you can
use that.
Take that. And I was like, cool. And she was like, if you play that next year by Christmas and you're still playing it, I'll buy an electric guitar.
And that's the one with the stickers and all that. So it don't fall out of tune, your guitar? Like, you've been, like, you just fucking go with
I don't know
it?
if it can go in tune. You just cheat it.
And doesn't have a care in the world about it. That's fucking me. I'd be insane, like, trying to. Oh,
I don't like it to be too good.
Yeah, but you got you got an authenticity to everything you've done since, Hot Lunch and the Maryvales. And so that was 2019. Are those guys all local too? Or when you met them?
Mm-hmm. Bryce from Drexel Hill. He's from like Oakview, I think, somewhere around in that area.
Yeah.
Justin,
I call that the Clifton side of Drexel Hill.
Everybody thinks it's Clifton Heights.
Yeah.
Might as well be, right?
Yeah. Blue collar.
Yeah, and then Justin, the chest.
Yeah, he's from Hot Lunch.
Shout out Justin, chat test guy.
Test, yes.
Chest tat guy.
Justin Chest Hat.
Yeah.
Answer. So yeah, he's in the band, and then Evan Wall. He's from
Justin's in the Maryvales?
Ardmore. Yeah.
Yes.
So he was in it before I was.
Did he pull you in because you guys played together before?
Yeah. I believe it was Brian first. He was doing it on his own. He did it like a solo thing at first. And then he like recorded a whole album by himself. And he wanted to, I guess, play it out.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And so he kind of wanted to like assemble a band. Then he got Evan first on the drums. Evan has known Justin forever. I think he was friends with his sister, I believe. And we've Hot Lunch days, back then we used to play with his old band and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So he was like, oh, well, I'll get Justin. Justin plays bass, so he got in, and I was the last one. Nobody knew what I was up to.
Yeah, yeah. So like,
I think he's around. He might be dead. He might be in jail.
I think he's like. I always knew you were alive, but yeah, like nobody knew where you were, and if you were still playing, because Hot Lunch had like a great underground reputation, and then so if you guys get together at Maryvales in 2019, when was your last Hot Lunch show? Like, R.I.P. to Matt V's. I know that he passed, and that was a couple years before that.
Yeah, we broke up in I think 2008 or something like that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so you were off for a little while.
A couple one-offs in between my stints of disappearing.
Yeah, sure.
Or whatever.
Travel and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Discovery.
I don't know,
Discovery.
it's a family
We
show?
call it
It's not
Discovery.
a family show. We can take it wherever you want.
Yeah.
And discovering yourself. Yeah.
So I ended up being not around for a long time. I mean, if you want to get into the juicy details.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
I developed a severe drug addiction around the end of the Hot Lunch days. And that kind of kept me out of everything for years on end. I had a severe heroin addiction and everything else, a bunch of other things too. And that kind of led me to not doing shit. And the band broke up because of that.
Because of that, I was going to ask you.
Nightmare. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even show up sometimes. It was like, shit.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't even
Complete,
come.
like...
Or I would take all the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You're like, where's the money? Like, I don't know. They didn't give me any.
So the band,
they said they didn't have any left. It was,
so there's just no shot for it to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, just all the scumbag.
The common thread is true rock and roll
All the
authenticity.
scumbag shit that comes along with it.
Yeah.
And then I ended up, getting fired from all my jobs and all that stuff. I couldn't be unemployed. I couldn't be in a band with anybody. Really, I couldn't be even like around anyone. You know what I mean? I ended up going down to Florida for like 3 years. I lived, came back up, went back out again, started getting high again, and got in trouble, getting arrested. And then for the next several years, I was in and out of jails and rehabs for quite a while. So my last stint, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, and it was I had to go to jail, and then I had to go to rehab. And my probation officer was like, this is it, dude. If you do this again, we're going to max you out, resentence you, which was going to be 23 months. So I was going to have to do 2 years in jail if I failed another drug test. You know, because I would just come back in the next month and like fail another drug test. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You come here every week. This is like important.
Get on there, you're getting high. You look horrible. Dude. She's like, "How dare you walk in here?" Like, hey,
dude, you just walked in with your shirt off.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, whatever. Some exciting job application opportunities that I've been.
And you probably in your head think you're like saying all good lines to her that she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She don't get it. She don't see me. She doesn't know.
She loves me.
She loves me, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
My ride's in the lobby. This shirtless man with the eagle tattoo all over his torso. Yes.
Shout out, Justin.
Yeah, speaking of that, actually, Matt Visa's dad actually drove me to the one time to the probation office, and I never came back out. They like handcuffed me.
Oh fuck!
And she's
dude.
like, did somebody drive you here? I'm like, yeah. Can you tell him that I'm going to jail and not coming back out? Yeah, he's going to jail. You can leave.
So that all happens, and you go through that, and then you come out on the other side. How long after that do you feel comfortable getting back into a band setting?
Yeah, so that was the last time, and they were my probation officer was like, when you get out this time, I'm sending you like somewhere not near here. This is how I ended up where I am living now.
Right.
So she was like, I'm going to send you to this place when you get out of here, and you have to stay there until your probation's over. It's like a recovery house kind of thing, like halfway house-ish, whatever you want to call these things. She's like, you have to go there for 2 years because that's how much probation I had left. She's like, you can't get any trouble. If you get kicked out, you're going back to jail. You're going to go to jail for 2 years or whatever until your probation's up. So they sent me up to Bucks County. Like in, I guess that's like Bristol.
Yeah, sure.
Or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Ben Salamish.
Yeah, up that way.
Yeah.
Levittown.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went up there, and I've been clean ever since. That's going on like 6 years now.
Nice. That's awesome. That's great.
So yeah, I was living there
Significant.
probably had about a year clean, possibly more. Before they were like, hey, why don't you come up and like jam and stuff like that? Because I used to go see their band. I was like, wow, I really like this.
Yeah.
Justin's like, oh, I'm in this band. I was like, yeah, whatever. You know,
did you find
pussy ass band ain't no hot lunch?
No, I was like, it probably
pussy
sucks.
ass band.
I mean, most bands.
Yeah, most bands suck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, whatever.
Did you find that when you were like,
he played it, he's like, no, listen to it. And I was like, wow, this is really fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I like this. I was like, I would like to be in this band. So I just kept going to their shows. I was like, yeah, you could use.
Because in Hot Lunch, you were a singer and guitar player.
Yeah,
it was a trio,
and
three piece.
songwriter.
Yeah, and songwriter. But in this band, you guys you guys co-vocal?
Not really. I do some back and vocals, and stuff like that. Maybe occasionally, but
and
I'm not the singer though, and thank God.
And you guys will do like a double rhythm, double lead kind of thing, or do you kind
of? It's not like a clear cut thing.
Yeah,
for the most part, I play like
the leads.
Yeah. Not in the lead so much as like a Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of lead,
right? But you know what?
Like
complimentary,
like a lead, like not so flashy, but like adding like
So it's a new configuration for you, where like typically you've been the principal songwriter of a project where you've got guys backing you up. Mm-hmm. Now you're supplementing someone else's work. What's that transition been like? Is that fair to say,
or is it 50-50 the creations, or is it kind of like
it's kind of everybody? But yeah, I mean, we all kind of have a part in the songwriting process and stuff like that. It's a pretty good like band effort and stuff like that. So there's still some of that too. There's still some songwriting and all that. So
what I always liked about your lead, like kind of lead playing, you always had like a rockabilly, like kind of early rock and roll Beatles-ish tint to that, like that edgy kind of punk sound. Yeah. You could tell, like, was that like an influence, like growing up, like the Beatles song, because you talked about Green Day and Billy Joe Armstrong. That's Beatles songs. Those melodies are Beatles songs.
On a guitar and slow them down.
They're Beatles. Yeah, those melodies are Beatles melodies,
like early Beatles and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. Oh yeah. I love the Beatles. All the '60s stuff. I'm big time in all the '60s stuff.
Right.
Early Stones, Beatles,
Kinks. I know that.
Kinks,
Yeah. Waterloo
Kinks,
Sunset. I remember we were talking about that.
All the garage rock stuff that came out in like the '60s and things like that. I'm like a real nerd all that like stuff.
Now, are you
So much to discover in that world of underground.
I love doing that. I'm like, oh, you don't know this band?
Are you still a deep diver? Like, will you still kind of look out like the new, bands out there?
Yeah, I'm always checking stuff out. Yeah. I'm really into just seeing like what local bands are around too and stuff like that. I go see a lot of local bands.
I know you got a show coming.
A lot of really cool like Philly bands that are out.
Yeah, you got a show coming up next month at Johnny Brenda's.
Yeah.
And where's that? Like, what is the local scene now? Is it Philadelphia? Does it exist in Delaware County?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I know. It's like any place big enough to have a bar.
We play in Philly most of the time.
I think that's where the market is too. Like the people in Philadelphia, a lot of people in Philadelphia are looking for a show.
Yeah. That's where like, for original music especially. I don't know. We really haven't played any Delco shows.
Yeah.
That I can think of.
There's no more like there's just not much of a market for it. Like I said, like no one like around here, no one gives a fuck. Like it's few and far between. You're either like the older folk scene in like Swarthmore, like the house concert type thing.
There is that, and
or it's nothing.
Ardmore too has.
Yeah, well, it has that.
A little bit of that.
Oh yeah, they do that.
And then there's like Tom and Jerry's will have like the heavier type, hard rock stuff, or then like the cookie cutter party cover bands that are like down the shore now. Like Tom and Jerry's will have them in the off season.
I don't want to lose your
love tonight.
You have to play that one, and if not, they're past.
Yeah. So it's like what are some of the rooms
wrong with that? Like you're giving a soundtrack for people having fun, like and that's cool. I just don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna do what I want. I don't really care.
That's always been like your clear thing is that you were staying true to yourself. You were never going to do anything for any other reason than if you wanted to do it or not. When you kind of got some clean time, you kind of were sitting around and falling in love with it again, or did you always kind of when you were home in your room?
I was dope sick.
Yeah, right. You ain't doing shit. Yeah.
I was always playing.
Always okay.
Yeah, I was never able to do anything or finish anything or like write a song or like get together with people and meet up with them.
So it just stifled the whole process.
No, I didn't really get anything ever done. You know what I mean? I still would play it, all the time. But
just maintain that physical
being,
connection.
Productive with it. No, I didn't do shit. You know what I mean?
One of your great production, or what your productions, I guess that's what you call it, an album. That Drew just got a computer. That I love that, man. There's songs on that are like a Lonely Boy, like that's it's beautiful, man. It's haunting. Like I remember messaging you about that. Like,
I don't think I was doing so great then.
So would you say some of those songs are half finished?
I mean, they were just
throwing them out there, yeah. But
it's like I do that often. I'll like make up a song like right then and there, and then like record it, and then just never play it again, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
I never like refined any of that kind of.
Yeah.
So what's this? Drew just got a computer. Was it like?
It was the album after Hot Lunch.
Oh, was it released? Like where did
he put it out on?
Bandcamp.
Yeah. And he put out 12 songs or so, and they're great, man. You're playing like
Justin was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put this on." I didn't even do it myself. He's like, "Oh, this is cool. I'm gonna put it on Bandcamp." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
that's super rock and roll too. I'm like, I finished a verse. Let's fucking publicize it on Instagram for 2 weeks, and then
just do everything in like one take.
Yeah.
It's just like a mess. Record the drums after, so they don't even like line up.
Yeah, so it's like slightly off. It's lagging behind. What did you do? I saw you posted something on your Instagram just this week. It was like a short song kind of segment thing.
Oh yeah, I was. It's like a compilation of 30-second songs.
That's great.
From like different bands.
Just
from,
the
like,
concept
Philly
of that's
area.
funny.
Yeah, I just kind of jumped on that. Somebody else was on it, and they're like, and I know them, and they're like, "Oh, you do these all the time. You should do one." So,
what do you use?
I made one up on the spot.
Pro Tools at home, or
I record it on my phone.
GarageBand? No shit.
No, it's not GarageBand.
Voice memos.
It's something called BandLab.
And you can track.
Yeah, you
bunch
can
tracks.
pick up the 16 tracks.
Nice.
It's just the stuff I do at home. I record stuff at home, but if we're doing it like for real with the band, we have Pro Tools.
How often you guys try?
I usually do it in my bedroom, like sitting on my bed, I'll play like the drums like on the back of an acoustic guitar or something crazy like that.
There's always like a good underlying riff that's like underneath that's like some kind of like wild thing you got going.
I make like jingles for people and stuff like that. For no reason.
Hoagie Time.
They don't ask for them.
Dude,
Drew's going to make our new Hoagie Time song.
Yeah, it's gonna go, I guess it's gonna go. Hoagie Time, Hoagie Time. Where's it go? Hoagie Time, Hoagie Time.
These boys are fat and autistic.
Better listen up. Don't be wasting my time. Right? I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude.
E. We go E, D, and A.
Oh, you've chord ideas as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait.
They're easy ones. You know those ones already, right?
Yeah. I hope I do.
Record it right now, dude.
Yeah.
We'll
Dude,
snip the pieces out and we'll smash them all together, and so it looks like we did it in like 5 minutes when we really took.
Yeah. I had a gig the other day that I didn't have a B string for the whole gig, and like I was like, "Fuck!" And then I looked around. There were 6 people there. I'm like, nobody's gonna know but me. And I literally got through just to get paid. And it sounded horrible, man. It was so bad. So speaking of EAD, I don't know if I do know that actually.
Just play all the songs where you don't need a B string.
But yeah. But the thing is, the minute you break a string, the whole guitar's out of tune. It whacks the whole thing
Fucks
out.
the tension up everywhere.
Yeah,
I know. I'm like constant fear of that.
You didn't name your guitar, did you?
No.
You still got some of the same stickers you did from like 30 years ago.
They're still in there.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Now I
put ones over top.
I asked this. Did you ever play another one? Did you try a new guitar?
Yeah. I have.
You just always go back.
I've had a bunch of different ones. That's the only one I'll play with live. I have a backup guitar now because of that, because I'm so afraid of breaking a string, which is the same like year and model as the other one that I have.
Yeah,
I have it in my car right now, actually. So that's my backup in case I break a string, because if you have a floating bridge, we're getting technical stuff here.
Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
No, because
our musical listeners can begin masturbating now.
Dude, you can't like recover from that because it's so out of whack.
Yes,
you don't
exactly.
Even know where it's at.
That's like,
the whole thing. You don't even know where it's at.
That reminds me of
fake it.
Yeah. That reminds me of that video. You ever see that Stevie Ray Vaughan video where he in mid solo switches the string and he's back up and like it's the quickest string change of all time. Like, that's what I think of.
It's impressive.
But only he could do. I would just like
bring it back up now.
Like you said about anxiety, the minute string goes, I'm like, I can't even think about singing or playing or doing anything entertaining.
Throw a guitar and run on stage.
Especially like in your context. Like if I fucking break a string, it's whatever. Like I could be one stupid song into my stupid gig and I'll be like, I'm taking a break. But you're typically playing in a band setting at a show that you guys have been hyping up for a month or two, right? Yeah. So like the stakes are a bit higher where you really don't want to break a string.
Yeah, and I play pretty hard too.
Yeah.
But I'll try to line it up where it's I've changed the strings, but you don't want them to be like right before it, but a couple days they have to kind of settle in a little bit.
Yeah, right.
You have to get
can't do it right.
Good, like whatever. I'll do it like a week before. I'll like change the strings or whatever.
My method is I'll put new ones on and then I'll go each one and I'll pull it up.
Like your finger, like you're fingering and trying to get to the clip.
Yeah. So it's a reverse stance though. Yeah.
That's how you do it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where it's at. I don't know. I just do it aggressively.
Is it above the pee hole or below it?
We can get into this off. I don't want to record this.
I really don't know.
I don't know.
I really just don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't give you that answer.
As a kid, I used to think that the pee just used to fall out of the girl's vagina. I just thought, I didn't know it was a separate thing.
It doesn't?
No, dude. I didn't know that.
Dude, when I was in...
And I also found this out recently, which is horrifying. So I thought, like, it's like, you stop making eggs, like when you go through menopause and shit or whatever, right? Like you stop ovulating. I thought that girls were born with a certain amount of eggs that were just chilling up in there.
Like a chicken or something?
They ran out, they would just drop down and then when they ran out like a gumball machine or something like that. One popped down. And then,
until what age? Yeah. Until what age did you think
I didn't realize that they were like making them and they just kind of
I got a good one for you guys.
I thought they were just all up there, all the eggs, and they were just slowly dropping down once in a month.
And for context, we went all through Catholic school where no one ever taught us right from wrong when it comes to this shit.
Yeah, just don't talk about it.
Just don't talk about it. Doesn't this? Yeah. I thought, I'll let you swallow this. Before I say this, I thought girls also had dicks. They just didn't have balls.
Till when?
Till I was 28 years old. I don't know. I was a boy. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I was like
That's
7 or 8, I guess.
Hilarious.
Why? Because I found one of my dad's porns and there was a she-male on one of the pages. Yeah.
And you based your whole
I guess,
understanding.
Dude, yeah.
28 years.
It's not like I wrote books on the subject, but yeah, in the back of my head, I thought that's what it was.
It's funny because we all went to St. Joe's Collingdale, but for 1 year I went to Ashland Middle School, the public school.
Did you?
And yeah, you don't remember that? I went 7th grade, then I came back for 8th grade.
Must have been so traumatic.
No, we got
blocked it out. I couldn't.
It was traumatic.
One in public school, you enter, and people are just fucking on air mattresses,
Dude,
and you're like, whoa.
You took it very hard. Here's the 2 things I remember about that school.
Now we're cooking, boys.
The 2 things I remember about that school is that they taught sex anatomy, and we didn't do that at St. Joe's. And I remember when they taught the female reproductive organs, like the fallopian tubes and all that kind of stuff. I remember I got dizzy. And I got up from my desk and I walked out of the classroom and I threw up in the hallway. Just the way it looked and everything. Like I never seen that before on a graph. And I puked. And I remember I called my mom and said, "Can you pick me up? I'm sick." And they let me go home because I threw up. There was actual evidence. The second thing I remember is it was the first time I watched Roots. And there was, half black, half white. And we watched Roots in 7th grade. And I remember being so like sad and like I hated myself for what was going on in the movie.
Guilt?
Yeah, the guilt I felt. And I'm like, I'm way too young, And I'm like, how's this kid not hate me next to me? I don't even know him. Like everybody, I'm the new kid. So those are the 2 things at Ashland Middle.
Okay.
They actually taught you real life lessons, and it was free.
Yeah, and it was free.
Right.
And it was free.
You got more out of that 1 year at Ashland Middle School.
I know. And then I was so uncomfortable. I ran right back to St. Joe's. And it's funny about how you thought that. This is what I thought as a kid in 8th grade at St. Joe's, that when you finger them, you just do it as hard as possible and as fast as possible. That's what they like. I found out probably 5 years ago, that's not what they like.
What?
Yeah. You're supposed to just touch around the top.
Nah.
Dude, and then like a little bit, but they don't want to like
just jam real
that's
fast
what
then run away and tell your friends.
That's what I thought it was.
Movies. It's not like in a movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but God,
it is, dude.
A St. Joe's education, but
just super quick and then just run away and tell your friends. Yo, that's what I just did.
I know. Smell my fingers. Smell my fingers.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw the diagram of like the
it's an ugly organ, ain't it?
I was like, that's not what it looks like at all. It's just a slit.
They got all that extra shit up there.
That's what's
Where's
going
it
on.
at? Where's
Where
it
the
at? Where
fuck's
they putting all
that?
that?
Dude, they're fucking amazing creatures. If you really think about it, if we get, they're fucking, they give life. Like that's a wild fucking thing. If you really think about it, it's like thinking about the planets and shit.
They're the oven.
They are.
How's life?
Yeah, the sperm. They're the oven. They're cooking it. They're making a condition.
You are such a you are a chauvinistic pig, aren't you?
No.
Oh my!
I'm talking. This is like science or whatever. I don't know. I'm not.
We didn't even
science. I watched it
again for context. They taught us none of this.
None of this.
12 years of school.
I was just going to say,
not even in high school did they teach us about this.
I don't
it's
even
like the seeds in the dirt. It's like they're the dirt.
Yeah, but the fact that they got to carry it and shit and the milk.
From the record.
I don't know, dude. But I don't even remember having science at St. Joe's. I mean, in Catholic school.
It was just earth science. I think like specifically they would give it like earth science.
These are different types of rocks.
Yeah, fossils and shit.
Yeah, and then instead of learning about like fucking reproductive shit, we learned about like the Beatitudes.
Yeah.
Like such.
I could recite 4 of the 8,
Blessed
but
are the meek, though.
they shall inherit the earth, right?
Yeah, but I know that the meek are blessed.
Like I know what meek man. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Dude, you know what would have been awesome if they taught us credit card
call
balance
meek?
and stuff like that, or like how to like get a credit card loan and pay back here and build your credit.
How to do your
That would have been,
taxes?
that would have been awesome.
I still don't know how to do my taxes.
No way. Yeah, I just hand over a bunch of papers and go fuck.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, this looks about right.
I hand mine
when I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's a good job.
hand mine to Cucinotti. He just gives me a dirty look and shakes his head. I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Just take it. What do I?
I don't need just.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
the
we
bill? What's the
really
bill?
learned no skills at all. Like what a waste of time.
Thank God we had a big musician class. Our class.
Fuck a podcast.
Fuck Catholic
You
education.
don't learn any of this shit.
That's my
No.
hard stance. Fuck Catholic education. That's me being edgy.
Yeah.
We'll clip that. Let that go viral.
Yeah.
So, what your gig next week? What do you guys do? Like 1 gig a week? I mean, a gig a week or a gig a month?
It's whenever.
Yeah.
We don't have like a.
Who books you guys? Like, how's that go in the original scene?
It's kind of haphazard. People ask us.
Like the man, or is there like a guy and like Johnny Brenda's like per se? Like that's a big room in Philadelphia. So who books that?
I don't know the name of the person who books it. We've played there twice, and both times we were asked by one of the bands that was playing there.
Okay,
Typically,
Just got
like
lucky.
gotcha.
I would imagine, like the one show, like the one show I did.
Jello Man came to our last show at Johnny Brenda's.
Oh.
You know
Paul
Jell-O
Vile,
Man?
shout yeah, Paul,
Yeah,
shout out the Vile
Yeah.
brothers.
Shot guy. Yeah. He made us a thing.
I remember the one
band
show.
name on it with the Jello shots.
Oh really,
Show it.
dude? What if badge of honor
Yeah,
that
Johnny
is?
Brenda's was thrilled. They're like, "Oh, the Jello guys here, great."
well, his
There
brother.
was like, it was like all melted Jello shots, like all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
because it was all like
Whoever's cleaning
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
was
it was great,
fucked.
You know, it was working Mel Bell. Remember? You know?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
there.
Oh, she does. She works there.
Yeah.
But his brother's like the patron saint of like the whole like. I haven't heard much from him, Kurt Weill, lately.
Kurt?
Yeah, he's
Yeah. I don't know Kurt. I know Sam and Paul, who's Jello Man.
yeah,
I
Lansdowne
think there's
family.
like 20 of them now. He was busy.
Yeah, it was.
Vile Senior.
Yeah, I know Sam in passing.
Great guy.
He was supposed to come on.
Sweetheart. Nicest guy.
We'll have him on soon. He was
Love him.
supposed to be on with another one of our buddies, and we had to reschedule.
Okay.
And we'll get to them soon. We'll have Sam on soon. I know of Paul. I know that Jello Man is Paul Vile. I don't know him.
He's got the nicest hair I've ever seen.
I saw the video. He's got a great body too. Sorry.
We're doing handstands on it while crowd surfing
yeah.
on the server.
Well, you know what?
gotta have a solid
Exactly.
core.
A solid core.
And you know why I kind of took notice of it? Because his brother is like a skinny, like musician, like kind of like, you know, typical musician guy. And then he looked like a fit guy,
I believe
like a wrestler
he
or
used
something.
to be, or still maybe, like a bricklayer.
There it is.
And them guys are tough.
Now, do you do,
Where's brick?
yeah, his core is brick from Bricklayer.
Envious of these trades
Do you do
guys.
construction? Like, is that why the boots, or because you've had them on for a long, 25 years?
I'm working with drummer Evan, actually. He's an electrician, so I'm working for him.
Oh, nice.
Before that, I was
I want to get in.
driving trucks
Nice.
all around the country and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was cool. I did it for quite a few years, but I was always gone.
Yeah.
I was going here and there. I would come home for like sometimes just a few days and go back out.
Dude, what's
around
that
for,
like?
a couple weeks.
So you'll leave
I've been
Philly
everywhere
and go to
almost.
like
If I didn't have
Nebraska,
family, I think I would do that.
Oh, L.A.
I love
drive
that.
to L.A.
L.A. and back. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
And is
Seattle,
everything's paid for by the company, like a
Denver.
hotel?
Yeah.
Or do you sleep at a rest stop? Like,
Hotels, food. Sometimes I would. It depends. If I was trying to get somewhere, sometimes
Yeah.
you don't have the time.
oh, you're on like a
schedule.
schedule. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
sometimes you just park at our truck stop for a couple hours.
Oh, yeah.
If you got to get somewhere, sometimes shit takes longer as opposed to, and you
Yeah.
can be in this other place. You know.
That's why, yeah, you don't see very many trucks pulling into like, nice.
Now, are there tons of hookers at truck stops or just a few? I'm not asking about your own
I
personal
wasn't
experiences.
really looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen them.
On a scale of 8 to
Lawn
10, how many
lizards.
hookers? Or every
scale-
truck stop?
Speaking of hookers,
10 tons of hookers everywhere to one.
the Collingdale hooker to like,
It's not great. They're not great. It's,
speaking of hookers, you see this fucking new Long Island fucking serial killer?
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Crazy.
About him.
Read about him before?
Well,
I don't buy it.
He just got caught.
Yeah, sure.
But I just have
August 1st is the court date.
The documentary like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, they found a dude.
He doesn't like
Hair.
He
dude.
seems like he's the guy, right?
Yeah.
Like when I say I don't buy
Super
it, it's not
normal.
like I think that he's innocent.
Successful. Yeah. that's the
I
guy.
don't. He does.
He's not normal.
I
but
feel
he's
like-
successful.
No, they're the worst ones. The guys
Yeah.
are, like super normal. You're like something's. I don't trust a guy who's like really normal. Like what's up with this dude?
Right. He's not normal. He's right. His body. Let's get back to his body. Like I feel like seriously, I feel like to be a serial.
could be nicer.
I only saw
His body could be.
I only
His
saw
body
the
could be
mugshot.
way nicer. If you're going to be a serial killer, I feel like you need to be
need a solid
strong.
core.
You need to have a solid core. You need to be fast. You need to be agile. If the bitch starts to run, I'm sorry, I'm starting to sound like a serial killer. I'm starting to sound like one. If the woman starts to run, you need to be able to fucking hawk her down. I don't. He doesn't seem to have the physical tools.
He's got the finesse though. Like they don't run because he's good like that. Like they don't feel threatened.
And I kind of think he's that big. He's like 6'6", dude, and just like he's not strong, like fit, like you're saying. But and you gotta
You need agility.
But you got to take into consideration these girls are probably on drugs. And they're tired. And they're sad. They're weak.
But having a nicer body would allow him to move quicker through the landscape and prevent.
I mean, my body's not great, but I was a great basketball player. I moved in and out of the lane.
But present day, are you a great basketball player?
Actually, you're right. Yeah.
Right?
I couldn't kill anybody.
Right?
Not because I don't want to, because I don't think I can physically do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't worry.
Not that I've come close.
Listen, I'd love to strangle you right now, but I just can't. If you run, I can't catch you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Strangle you.
If you were to scurry, I'm fucked. And the stakes are real high when it comes to attempted murder.
I just think I agree he's not the best, looking serial killer. But
Face aside.
Yeah.
Put a bag over his head for all I care. Face doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Body, Mike.
I just
Just
think-
not there
I think
for
he's
me.
a smooth talker like that, where they don't ever feel threatened.
Yeah.
So he's kind of when he gets friend zoned. Do you think?
Well, the big thing was his burner phones, right? Like he would use burner phones and kind of just set up dates, and then he would always do it when his family was out of town, and the wife just divorced him and shit.
There's a lot of planning.
Yeah,
I don't think
years
I
of
could
it.
do that because I don't care much about anything. Like dude, I got to plan it. It's
He's
like
an nihilist.
Yeah.
forethought. Like,
He's a
my
nihilist.
wife's gonna go out of town this day.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so I got to get this lined up. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, and then search, and then Google it for 90 times in like a week. Like, why didn't they catch?
I'd have a hooker corpse over my shoulder,
don't
bringing
know
her
if I
back
could
to my
care
garage, going,
about
fuck, they're
anything
not
now.
away this weekend, fuck.
I hear about these stalkers.
Just go, Mike,
like,
what the fuck are you doing? Fuck, I thought you were away.
Yeah, that dude had to be meticulous about it, but he was a goofball.
It's a lot of like work.
Yeah,
Correct.
You know what I mean? Which
bring
I
it-
can respect, but I don't have that in me. Like I don't care about that much about anything that one.
yeah, dude, I don't care. I don't give a fuck
I
about
lack the
anything either.
athleticism to do the job
So I got to go to work.
and the organizational skills.
Yeah.
I got to go to work. I got to deal with the kids and the wife, and then on the side, like plot these murders and shit. Oh
Yeah,
my
dude.
God, dude.
Dude,
Are you
it's-
kidding me?
You have to
I
be
can barely get out
extremely
of-
organized.
I can barely
Yeah.
get to the supermarket like once
Yeah.
a week.
I'm not good at like doing wash or anything like that. Like that I guess that would be like a prerequisite that I couldn't be a serial killer either, because like I'm real lazy about that.
And-
like, I'd be real lazy about the murder too. Like I would definitely leave a hair.
Totally.
Shit.
Probably some cum.
DNA.
Probably some cum.
Dude, there's so much that
Yeah. Most likely some cum.
Most likely you not. Dude, I'm dropping cum like breadcrumbs throughout the course of my day.
I would totally
normally.
forget to have that shallow grave ready. Like, shit, I was supposed to do that yesterday.
Yeah.
And then Bobby Adams drives by. Fuck, Drew's car.
You're supposed to be away with your mother. Yeah, dude. Like you watch these documentaries and they're like, and finally he was caught by. They tricked him. They found a discarded cigarette butt. 11 years after they've been tracking him, and they were able to test that cigarette butt. Dude.
Dude.
Day
that's
one,
how
they're
they
like,
got
just
him,
give us
right?
your pants,
Well,
dude. You
that
pissed
was
your
a
pants
pizza
2 hours.
box.
Yes,
Pizza crust.
they got him that way. But you know, it's kind of like why they don't catch some of these people is because if you're not in the system,
Not pizza eaters.
exactly. But if they're not in the system, like you got to try. I got to try. You know, we're in the system for something stupid.
Somehow
so
they
they have the, your DNA.
Family member, how did they do it? They like got somebody else's like whatever.
Well, the wife's hair was on one of the girls' bodies. Not,
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
So,
yeah.
but yeah, that's just wild when I see that.
See, that's what- he let his wife do his laundry. That's where he fucked up, and her hair was on the.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
do your own laundry. You're
Be
gonna tell somebody
self-sufficient.
to do it.
Yeah, if you have, I mean, like,
This is Bush League.
if you're not serial killing, then you can, kind of lean into the domestic life a little bit, have your wife do your wash and shit. But if you're serial killing, you got to
be careful. Yeah.
It just seems like a lot of work. Even like stalkers. I'm like, they just go home and like, whatever, they come to work, they go right back out and just sit out front of this person's house. I'm like, dude, you gonna
Yeah.
do all that? Like, it seems like so much.
Yeah.
You ever get that day? You're like, I don't feel like stalking today. I'm kind of tired. I just want to chill at home and maybe watch TV. Like, I got to stalk too.
Did you see that story that was just in the news about that girl in Marple? The
getting dark.
1975. Yeah, exactly.
No, we're rocking.
1975. There was an 8-year-old girl in Marple.
yeah. I
Dude,
didn't read
and
that.
he's 86 years old in Georgia right now, and he finally he was the girl's pastor. Yeah, and fucking killed her.
He passed her years ago.
Yeah, he passed her.
passed her.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
he's a man
playing-
of.
we're playing
He's a man
puns
of.
now.
He's a man of God. Drew, have some respect. Even
Surprise. A
cloth.
scumbag hiding
he's a
behind
man of
religion.
he's a man of the cloth,
I watch Righteous Gemstones. I know what these people are like.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of like,
show,
has a priest, any priest ever been weird with you? I had a situation with a priest.
No.
That's not in grade school.
I don't know. I just think I'm not like likable like that.
I don't. I always
You're
like.
not very smiley. And for someone that's
I don't know. I'm not
and like
flirty
that's not a
like
knock
that.
on you, but for someone that's kind of like looking
no,
for
no.
boys, The smiling ones that shine and are,
No, I don't think
you have to stand out.
Yeah.
I can't say that I have. No.
I had one where like he kind of got a little goofy with me, and I could have
Where
took
was
it.
this at?
This was later. It wasn't our grade school. It was high school.
He was
My
a
mom's
man.
basement.
He was a
It was
man.
high school. I was a
Basement.
man.
Black morning.
Yeah,
3 weeks ago.
yeah. This was the Holiday Inn. This is at the Clifton Inn.
Uncle Snazzy's place 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was just
Uncle
something.
Snazzy's place is like a T-Mobile kiosk now.
It's been closed for years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Walt's Red Rose. Is that still there too?
No, they
No,
just closed.
no.
God.
They just closed.
Wait,
rest, rest in peace,
Everything I
Walt.
know.
Walt's Red Rose, the bar.
I got you. I know.
Goodies Disc Exchange.
Walt passed away, and the entire staff up and went to a VFW to work. The whole staff
The whole Red Rose.
moved to a local VFW.
That's
to
taking
work.
care of their own.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's fucking.
Goodies Disc Exchange.
That's
still there.
that's America.
Is it still?
Yeah. I got back into CDs. I think I've talked about this a little bit. I got back into CDs.
Dude, I threw away. I had probably over 1,000 CDs.
And just gone. Yeah, nowhere. Yeah, every CD I ever bought, I have no clue where they're at.
Lost them, dude.
How long are we into this? You want to pop over to Patreon?